Hello, this is Mr. Molo for your optional quiz review. So there is a review for you in Big Ideas that looks exactly like this. If you'd like to try it before you do your quiz for today, that is probably a good idea and fine with me if you don't. So I'm just going to go through these here. So these are the same exact questions. So if you're watching this before you actually try the quiz review, you might want to stop this video and then actually go try the quiz review and then watch the video if you get any of them wrong. All right, so number 1. Which step can you use to solve the equation m plus 9 equals negative 2? So I see right here I have m plus 9. So I'm looking for something that says subtract because that's the opposite. And the only one that says subtract is that second option. And then it wants us to solve. So if I were to subtract 9 from both sides, 9 minus 9 is 0. And negative 2 minus 9 is negative 11. So I'd put negative 11 in the box. So remember these on the 1-1 homework. Some of you had some trouble. You only did the top portion, you only did the bottom portion. Make sure you do 2 of them on the review there. Okay, here, which step can you use to solve the equation? 6 times z equals 48. So right there when I see the word 6 times z, I know I'm going to need to divide. So I'm looking for which one says divide each side, and there it is. And now here it wants us to solve. So it's times, I'm going to divide. 6 divided by 6 cancels out because it's 1, and 48 divided by 6 is 8. All right, next one is kind of like the warm-ups that we did. So it says right here, the quadrilateral measures 360 degrees. So I got one side that's 112, one side that's 73. The last side they give us is kind of tricky because they gave us this thing right here. And if you remember, each corner is 90 degrees. And then we don't know our other one, so we have x. And it equals, they gave us 360. So it wants the equation. That's the equation right there. Okay, and then we got to do some math to figure out what these are. So I have 112 plus 73 plus 90 equals 275 plus x equals 360. Then I got 360 minus 275 from each side. So I got x equals 85. So I'll put that 85 right there. All right, number 4, solve the equation. Now this time it's 2 steps. So we have 3 plus x divided by negative 2 equals 10. So since it's a positive 3, I'm going to end up subtracting 3 from each side. So I have x divided by negative 2. 10 minus 3 is 7. Then I have x divided by negative 2, so I'm going to end up multiplying by negative 2. And 7 times negative 2 is a negative 14. That's going to be my answer there. Number 5, it looks like we got to distribute before we can actually do our problem here. So 7 equals a negative 5 times n is negative 5n. Negative 5 times negative 4 is a positive 20. And then we get that minus 3 hanging around at the end. So I got 7 equals negative 5n. 20 minus 3 is 17. Okay, now I'm going to need to get rid of this minus 17. So I'm going to add 17 to both sides. So I get 17 plus 7 is 24 equals negative 5n. Then we got to divide both sides by negative 5, divide both sides by negative 5, and 24 divided by negative 5 is negative 4.8. All right, number 6. We got a variable on each side. So first I'm going to get my p's together. So I'm going to subtract 4p from each side. So I got negative 7 equals negative 8 minus 4 is negative 12 plus 11. Then I have a plus 11 here, so I'm going to minus 11. Negative 7 minus 11 is negative 18. And I still have equals at negative 12. So then I'm going to end up dividing both sides by negative 12. Divide by negative 12. And I end up with a positive 1.5. Okay. Number 7 wants us to say how many solutions it is. So it has a drop-down menu. So first thing we got to do is distribute. So 2 times 3 is 6x. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. This one's kind of tricky. It has just a negative sign on the outside, so we have to distribute that negative sign. So I end up with a negative 8, negative times a negative is a positive 6x. And so they look exactly the same. So I have a positive 6x and a positive 6x. Those cancel out on the left side. They cancel out on the right side. So I'm left with negative 8 equals negative 8, which would then be a many solutions. Okay, we skip number 8 in the review. There's nothing like it on the quiz, so skip it on the review. Current value of a baseball card is 80 times the value in V. So 80 times the value in V. The card is now worth $36. So to figure out how much it's worth, it's at 80 times. So I'm going to divide both sides by 80. And we get 0.45. Since we're talking about money, that would end up being 45 cents. So you buy a baseball card for 45 cents. Now it's worth 80 times as much. So it's worth $36. Here, a restaurant earns $1,073 on Friday and $1,008 on Saturday. Write and solve an equation to find the amount of X dollars the restaurant needs to earn on Sunday to average $1,000 per day for the 3-day period. Write the equation. So we know they made $1,073 on Friday plus $1,008 on Saturday. And we don't know what they made on Sunday. But we do know that over the 3 days, so if we divide it by the 3 days, they want to average $1,000. So here, it's the one kind of problem. Remember, that's kind of weird. Since it's divided by, I have to multiply by first. So then I get 1,073 plus 1,108 plus X. 1,000 times 3 is 3,000. I'm going to simplify this left side here. So I have 1,073 plus 1,108 is 2,181 plus X equals 3,000. It's plus that, so I'm going to subtract it. So 3,000 minus that gives us, X should be $819. So if they make $819 on Sunday, then they should average $1,000 for the weekend. All right, so there's the review. Hopefully that helped. So your assignment today is to go ahead and do that quiz that I handed out, depending on which cohort you are, either handed out Friday or handed out on Tuesday. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.